Look who's back. Hello, friends. I'm so glad that you're here today. At Jack B. Nimble Reads, we're going to read a story about a chicken. She was going about her business one day and an acorn fell on her head and she thought the sky was falling. Anybody know who that is? It's Henny Penny. Whoops. Here's the story of Henny Penny. There she is, just going about her business. Look at the acorns, ready to drop on her head. Now, you may have already heard the story of Henny Penny, and you may have been told how her foolishness led to a terrible end. That, I promise you, is not the real story. That is the story the foxes like to tell. This is the true story, the story of what really happened after the acorn fell from the oak tree. How do I know? Because Henny Penny told me. Henny Penny was busy in her kitchen making a big corn cake. She mixed it, she whisked it, she stirred it, and she put it in the oven to bake. There, said Henny Penny, what a delicious cake that will be. But oh, dear me, there's cornmeal everywhere. And she picked up a dust cloth and began to dust. Achoo! Sneezed Henny Penny. Achoo! I must take my dust cloth outside and shake it. She hurried outside to shake her dust cloth this way and that, round and round, and as she was shaking it, plop! An acorn fell from the oak tree and landed on Henny Penny's head. Oh, cluck, 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 clucked Henny Penny. Mercy, mercy me, I do believe the sky is falling. Whatever shall I do? I must go tell the king. And Henny Penny stuffed her dust cloth into her pocket and set off on the road. She hadn't gone far when she met Ducky Lucky. Hello, Henny Penny, said Ducky Lucky. You seem to be in a terrible hurry. Where are you going? Oh, Ducky Lucky, said Henny Penny. I was shaking my dust cloth this way and that and round, and all of a sudden, the sky fell down. And I don't know what to do, so I'm going to tell the king. Quack, 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 quacked Ducky Lucky. If the sky is falling, I better come with you. So Henny Penny and Ducky Lucky pit-pattered down the road together. They hadn't gone very far when they met Cocky Locky. Hello, Henny Penny, said Cocky Locky. Hello, Ducky Lucky. You seem to be in a terrible hurry. Where are you going? Oh, Cocky Locky, said Henny Penny. I was shaking my dust cloth this way and that and round, and all of a sudden the sky was falling. I don't know what to do, so we're going to tell the king. Cock-a-doodle-doo! Crowed Cocky Locky. If the sky is falling, I better come with you. So Henny Penny, Ducky Lucky, and Cocky Locky pit-pattered down the road together. Here's that page. And there's that page. Well, they hadn't gone too far when they met Goosey Lucy. Hello, Henny Penny, said Goosey Lucy. Hello, Ducky Lucky and Cocky Locky. You seem to be in a terrible hurry. Where are you going? Oh, Goosey Lucy, said Henny Penny. I was shaking my dust cloth this way and that, round, and all of a sudden the sky fell down. I don't know what to do, so we're going to tell the king. Hiss, 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 hissed Goosey Lucy. If the sky is falling, I better come with you. So, who went? Henny Penny, Ducky Lucky, Cocky Locky, and Goosey Lucy pit-pattered down the road. Here they all are. They hadn't gone far when they met Turkey Lurkey. Hello, Henny Penny, said Turkey Lurkey. Hello, Ducky Lucky and Cocky Locky and Goosey Lucy. You seem to be in a terrible hurry. Where are you going? Oh, Turkey Lurkey, said Henny Penny. I was shaking my dust cloth this way and that, round and round, and all of a sudden the sky fell down. I don't know what to do, so we're going to tell the king. Gobble, 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 gobbled Turkey Lurkey. If the sky is falling, I better come with you. So Henny Penny, Ducky Lucky, Cocky Locky, Goosey Lucy, and Turkey Lurkey pit-pattered down the road to see the king. Oh, they hadn't gone far when they met Foxy Loxy. Well, 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 said Foxy Loxy. Who have we here? Henny Penny, Ducky Lucky, Cocky Locky, Goosey Lucy, and Turkey Lurkey. If my old eyes don't deceive me. And where are you going in such a hurry? Oh, Foxy Loxy, said Henny Penny. I was shaking my dust cloth this way and that, round, and all of a sudden the sky fell down. We don't know what to do, so we're going to tell the king. Oh, how sensible you are, Henny Penny, said Foxy Loxy, and he smiled, a sharp-toothed smile. And do you know which way to go? Henny Penny stopped and thought about it. Oh, how silly I am, said Henny Penny. No, I don't. Then let me show you, said Foxy Loxy. Just follow me. I don't know if we should trust him. What do you think? So, Henny Penny, Ducky Lucky, Cocky Locky, Goosey Lucy, and Turkey Lurkey pit-pattered after Foxy Loxy. Foxy Loxy led them through the grass and under the trees and in and out of bushes and until suddenly there was a dusty, musty kitchen in a dusty, musty house. Foxy Loxy shut the door behind them. Uh-oh. Gobble, 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 said Turkey Lurkey. Is this where the king lives? No, my dears, said Foxy Loxy. This is my house. I thought we could all have a lovely dinner before we go see the king. Just sit yourselves down and I'll light the fire. Ducky Lucky settled in front of the hearth. Cocky Locky perched on a chair. Goosey Lucy and Turkey Lurkey flopped on the sofa. Oh, no. Henny Penny stood very still. Looked around. She saw feathers on the floor. She saw a pile of old bones in the corner. She saw Foxy Loxy putting a big pot of water on a roaring fire, and she saw him set the table with one fork, one plate, and one big sharp knife. Henny Penny felt nervous, but she shook her head off and fluffed her feathers. Now, Henny Penny, she said to herself, you may be silly, but surely there's something that you can do. And Henny Penny had an idea. Yeah, because that's what Foxy Loxy wanted to do. He wanted to cook them all and eat them. Let's see what the idea Henny Penny had. Oh, Foxy Loxy, said Henny Penny. What a mess, what a muddle. Do let me tidy up around here. And she pulled her dust cloth out of her pocket. Foxy Loxy was very surprised. What? He said. Ducky Lucky, Cocky Locky, Goosey Lucy, Turkey Lurkey stared at Henny Penny. Gobble, 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 what's for dinner? Said Turkey Lurkey. Let's make Foxy Loxy comfortable first, Henny Penny said. Now, Foxy Loxy, you sit down and take a little rest, and I'll give the room a polish. We'll wake you up when it's clean and tidy. Foxy Loxy stroked his whiskers. His house certainly was messy. Now he looked around. Oh, very well then, he said, but be sure to wake me in the moment you've finished. Gobble, 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 said Turkey Lurkey. Then we'll all have dinner. We certainly will, said Foxy Loxy, and he licked his lips and curled up in the most comfortable chair. Henny Penny began to dust, and as she dusted, she began, "Hush, Mr. Foxy, close your eyes. Soon you'll be in for a big surprise." "Gobble, gobble, gobble," said Turkey Lurkey. "Will we have a surprise too?" Foxy Loxy opened one eye. "Oh, yes," he said, and his belly rumbled. "You'll have a big surprise, Turkey Lurkey." "Shh, Turkey Lurkey," said Henny Penny. She went on dusting and singing, "Hush, Mr. Foxy, and close your eyes. Soon you'll be having a big surprise." Foxy Loxy sighed and closed his eyes. Henny Penny went on dusting and singing. Foxy Loxy began to snore. Henny Penny quietly opened the door, and Ducky Lucky and Cocky Locky and Goosey Lucy tiptoed out. "Gobble, gobble, gobble, gobble," said Turkey Lurkey. "What about my surprise?" Foxy Loxy grunted in his sleep. "Turkey Lurkey," "Shh," whispered Henny Penny. "If you don't tiptoe out, Foxy Loxy will give you a great, big, terrible surprise. He'll eat you for dinner." "Gobble, gobble, 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 gobble," shouted Turkey Lurkey. He flapped and flurried and flounced through the door just as fast as he could, and Henny Penny flew after him. And Foxy Loxy woke up just as the door banged shut behind them. Phew, they escaped. Turkey Lurkey, Goosey Lucy, Cocky Locky, and Ducky Lucky ran all the way to Henny Penny's house. There was a wonderful smell of corn cakes as Henny Penny opened the door to let them in. "I don't think we'll bother the king today," said Henny Penny. "Let's have a slice of corn cake instead." And that, as Turkey Lurkey said, was the best surprise of all. There you go. Henny Penny, who thought the sky was falling because an acorn hit her head and sort of got into some trouble with Foxy Loxy. But thank goodness, she rescued everybody. Okay, it was wonderful to have you here today. I hope you like Henny Penny. Remember, I love you and Jesus loves you too. I'll see you next time, everybody. Bye.